Soumya, like meanwhile, like how do you come to know about Abinitio and you want to learn this ETL tool? You know?
ETL.
Yeah. Like how
Currently, I'm working in a project. There, ETL is a part, but I didn't get any opportunity to work on that one. But as a testing part, I'm working on that one.
Okay.
So, and now I know, I mean, ETL is a hot cake in US itself.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm asking. Like somehow, if you're working with respect to Abinitio projects, or if someone suggested, right, then only this ETL tool will be openly known to other person actually. Okay, that's what I am asking. Like, how do you know about this? Like, you find the many opportunities on this ETL tool. I found many mainframes working employees only going to change this, coming to this warehousing on this Abinitio. Like previously,
so
I used to teach.
Abinitio Informatica. If you know Abinitio, you can work in Informatica. I mean, how does it work? Is the overall concept is same or?
Yeah, yeah. See, basically ETL applying the ETL logic is same, but how to work on ETL tools, other ETL tools, it depends upon tool to tool, right? So the way I working here, it may differ in the Informatica somehow, right? So the basically the logic things. Suppose say I want to filter the data here. Okay, I will be using some component here. Okay, they'll be calling as a transformation in Informatica. Might be the usage will be how to use that thing. You will come to know while you are seeing that Informatica tool.
And how much it will take to get a good knowledge in I mean, Abinitio, if you will give much time and everything.
Yeah, Abinitio, once you learn the things, 50% you'll be achieving by completing the sessions, learning immediately. When we teach, right, even day to day, you'll get most of the things. You can attend the interview by the end of the session, and that will clear you.
How much time it will take?
Yeah, it will take 30 days for completion course.
Okay. Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, just we'll wait for a few seconds. Someone is going to join. They informed us.
Mani, कवरटा मारने की चले जाओ, चले जाओ. So you are working in some company, or?
Yes.
I have initially taken my management training also in Hyderabad. I was staying
Okay,
in
okay.
Amirpet, Hyderabad. That time mainframe was boom.
In around 2005, right?
Yeah, it was 2003. Yeah, after that, I mean, mainframe was boom 2004, 5, 6, like this.
Yeah,
Now,
up to 2009 or 10, it is fine. From 10 onwards, it was down, I think, right?
yeah, it's very costly.
Even the
It's
it's
very
very
costly.
costly. Okay.
Yeah, only big clients, those insurance.
Okay. They are choosing for the mainframes, right?
Not any new
Like
clients.
when
I
you,
mean, whoever is existing, they are only maintaining their final databases or like this.
yeah, existing thing are continuing, but new implementations are not happening, I think, right?
No, no. Very rare.
Okay.
So now, how is the market in India? I mean, IT market.
Yeah, we won't feel any difference from you actually when we see from Abinitio perspective, right?
Yeah.
We won't know about other technology services, but we will find always the jobs in India.
Okay. Now SAP and those things, how they are going? I mean, SAP.
SAP is somewhat less, I think. Now it was not good, I think.
Okay. You are from proper Hyderabad.
Yes.
What about that? I mean, state division? It's stopped or that? Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's Rakesh
With
Malik.
that,
Hi, it's
sorry?
Rakesh Malik. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, Malik, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, this is Kumar.
Yeah.
Okay, before starting like the session, can you introduce yourself, like what technology you're working on and what you're looking?
I mean, so I've been working on in IT for the last 15 years now. I worked on platform side, which is on Unix and Windows. I worked on databases, so Netezza, Oracle, Informix, and
Okay.
I worked on the several other areas, WebSphere and everything. But this is the area
But
which I never worked on Abinitio, so I like to sort of fill the gap.
oh, okay. Yeah, data thing is new for you, but you worked on Unix and database as a brief, right?
Yeah, I mean, I worked in the support for Abinitio in the sense of from platform side. I never actually created the graphs myself, and that's
That's fine. Good. Okay, like myself, I'm Kumar, having 6 years of experience on Abinitio, and we can start with the session now. Like, okay, basically we'll start with what is the data warehousing in brief, and then we'll go with the Abinitio. Okay, like when we choose for this Abinitio ETL tool, right? This is the costliest ETL tool among all the ETL prospects. Okay, and this will give the better performance than other ETL tools when compared to Informatic or Data Stage. Okay, this Abinitio is from Abinitio company, that is located in US. Actually, company is located in US corporation, and this tool was used by many US people in UK, Singapore, and Canada. Okay, when you see abroad, and in India as well. Okay, and you find many opportunities on this ETL tool. Okay, so basically we start with the program of starting with the warehousing basics, data warehousing basics. Then we'll go with Abinitio basics, that is main architecture. Then we'll go with the concepts of each and everything at a component level on hand. Okay, I will show with on hand everything from basic level. So you would be working parallelly on each and every day. So in between, after covering some of the components, I'll give some task on each and every component, how to work on. So that will improve your implementations on building when you started working on projects. Okay, like after that, we'll go give some interview questions and resumes, sample resumes, how to prepare your resumes. Like if you want to keep any in a resume, like after working on some projects. So that will give you some idea of how to cross the interview and work on those projects.
Okay,
Right?
sounds good.
Kumar,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
How
fine,
we
fine.
can practice, like you provide us access, or I don't know.
Yeah, that thing will provide the software and it will be installed in your machine. Like you can install, or they'll help you, they will guide you, the team will guide you to install this tool. Okay. So along with the tool, that is from software perspective, and what are the supporting things, all the things they will inform you, what supporting OS you want. Okay. After that, for your preparation, I'll provide you some material. Soft copy of material, so that you can read the documents and parallel you can do practice on the existing tool. Okay, so if you have any queries, you can mail me, or you can discuss that on the next day session. So I will cover those, I will clear those doubts if you have, so that you will get to know in depth knowledge of each and everything.
Okay.
Okay. So here, why we need data warehousing? Like, what is the need of warehousing, and why we need? Okay, when you go for warehousing, I won't able to see. It's not required to move to any other technology after a while. Okay, why it is so? Is this data warehousing is having a demand, like as long as database is available, your data warehouse technology will be available, will be implementing. Okay, so no need to upgrade or no need to update yourself in with respect to any other things. There is no dependencies on this ETL tool. Suppose if you want to learn any other tools, suppose you want Java or you want the technology to be aware of, then only you can learn this tool. Okay, nothing is required. So this tool will be along with this ETL tool. I will be working on Unix platform in the real-time environment, and then a database. Someone got dropped, Michael or Soumya?
Oh, I'm here.
Michael?
Yeah, I'm still here. Rakesh is there.
Yeah, fine, Kumar. Okay, so the thing is, now we will be working in Oracle database or any other database like Teradata to verify the data, okay, and then on Unix platform, and then Abinitio ETL tool, nothing else. So no dependencies. This tool is developed on the basis of C language. So your code will be simple. Whatever code you will be using, you will be coding in very less components. Okay, I have suppose we'll go to that Abinitio part later. As of now, we'll start with what is warehousing and why we require it. Any idea of among both, like you two?
Sorry, what's the question?
What is the data warehouse and why we require this warehouse to be? For what purpose we are going to use?
So basically, data warehouse is used for in our environment. Is you can't store everything on old TP transitional databases. So you have to keep purging that. But if you want to keep some data for legal purpose or analytics purpose, or there's some other requirement special, then you store the data into a big database, which is specialized for searching. If you do analytic work from, let's say, from SAS or Bob or SQL SQL Server, then you can do that. And I guess ETL comes in between from OLTP to take it to data warehouse.
Right, exactly. The thing is, here in the data warehouse, we are going to store the large amount of data in the database. In fact, you will keep 3 to 10 years or 15 years of data you can maintain. And the maintaining of data is somehow they'll be taking of backup of the database for the longer period. Okay, the main aim of this warehouse is to have data warehouse means you are expecting this database to be used for analysis purpose. Okay, so the business people will be doing analysis on the existing information. Suppose I will take some example, small example. Like you have some UK BT, some telecom domain, okay, telecom client. So for the telecom client, they require warehouse to be built from the ETL part. Okay, so when they came for the ETL part to prepare this application, okay, what their business is a customer care center. Okay, this customer care center will be having a number of employees recruited. Okay, and this is customer care center for all the products which they are selling. Okay, suppose this telecom company is not only for telecom purpose, they are using mobile services and landline services and broadband and then TV, okay, and then repair and some wholesale things they are doing. Okay. Okay, so this business people is having this many things of services they can do it, and they are having a single contact center, customer care center will be there. So customer contact center will be there with along with the 80,000 employees across the UK. Okay, so these employees will be recruited and they will be responsible to handle the calls from the customers. Okay, so here the customers will actual customers will call to the customer care center. In fact, customer care center advisors, we call them as advisors at the lower level. So those will handle the calls and they will answer the calls for the each and every customers. Any queries till now?
No.
No, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. So here they will answer the calls. In fact, they will handle all the calls effectively if they are very good, having good skills of communication, and they will be able to answer your call, your query, whatever it is, and they would be satisfying the customer. Okay. So in this way, like whenever if you are not satisfied with the advisor's response, whenever any customer call to the customer care center, you will be calling back them in fact 2 or 3 times, and you will try to switch the if you will decide to have the service from some other vendor, right? So in fact you will be losing the customer care center. This telecom company is going to lose one customer as a part of this advisor's reply, right? So in order to have the customers, in fact, the customers are important to the business and they want to maintain the business as stable, as good, and they have to see the growth in year to year, right? So for the purpose, they will be concentrating on the performance of the each and every employee of my company, of my telecom company, right? So their answer depends on their answer. My customers will be retained on with me only for longer time. Whatever service they are having currently, they can switch. They can have multiple services taken from the same company, right? If you have a TV got from this telecom, right, and the company, whatever it is, so you might be interested in some other services what they are providing to you, right? So what we are going to get is the data of each and every employee of a telecom company. So that data will be pulling from different source systems, right? So whenever you're getting the data from different source systems, it will be of different formats, right? So here itself you can see mainframes data is there, ERP systems and other application systems and apps, right? So from these different source systems, I will get the data, right? it can be maintained in any format, but I want to load into single format of data in my database. Okay, that database is nothing but my warehouse, my data warehouse. Okay, so here itself, in part, in fact, you are collecting the different formats of data from different source systems, and then converting them, and then you are loading into my data warehouse, nothing but Oracle or Teradata. Okay, so to gather all these formats of data and to apply some rules in between, why business rules is to be applied on this data is nothing but they might be interested to see some summarized reports, not the detailed report. Okay, the main difference when we see in the normal transaction database and then warehouse is simply in the normal database, transaction database, I will be seeing the detailed report. Okay, so when you go for the data warehouse report, it will be a summarized report. Okay, I would be interesting to see the percentages or average or sum up of values, not the each and every record of my database. Okay, so in between, so to convert all these different formats data into one single format, I may require some components, that is ETL part. Okay, so ETL will take care of this handling the data by using different components. Okay, within the Abinitio, I'll apply some logic in between. So I have, when we say ETL, it stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay, so here you extract the data from different source systems. Firstly, that while you do extract, you read the data and then you validate the data and cleanse the data. Cleansing means you will be checking whether the data is coming null or not. Okay, if you are getting null values, just drop those records. Okay, and if you are not having valid records, drop it and then pass it to the next level, to the transformation. Right? So in the transformation, you will be applying the business rules. Right? The business rules will be given by the client. So these business rules we have to apply means you will be applying on each and every file, and you will be preparing some output. That output you are going to load into my target database. Okay. So when you are creating this data will be passed from all these layers between extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay, and ultimately we are going to load our data into my warehouse. Right. So once the data is available in the data warehouse, okay, the reporting people will fetch that report data from the warehouse to make a report. Okay, that means before this warehouse is built, my reports will be ready. However, whatever way the client is required to see the reports, they would be preparing the reports. Okay, so the example which I explained you for the telecom employees, right? So I will be interesting to see what is the performance they are doing, what is the activities on day to day. That means how many calls they have answered, they have transferred, they rejected, or they are unable to answer. What is the daily task they are doing? If I am monitoring each and everything, and if I am calculating some performance based on some business rules, I'll put the results on the report. Okay, so on the reports you can see multiple advisors report along with the team lead performance. Okay, so there will be hierarchy of team working in the organization. So those are some advisors. On top of advisors, there will be leads. Then I'll be having some assistant manager, and then manager, and then CEO and team. Okay, so if this is the hierarchy, there will be multiple routes. You can see, these employees will be available at all the levels, and they are interested to see their own performance on daily basis. Okay, so according to their performance, they will be having that they will be monitoring the performance and they will keep you to increase and considering you in your giving the bonus and giving appreciations, all those things. Okay, so in this way they are checking they are monitoring the performance of each and every employee in the organization by using this warehouse. That report they will be preparing using tabular reports sometimes, or it might be a Google reports. Google reports is something like you will see the map of the world map, and wherever you are locating the point, if that is the city or country, right? So on that city, what is the statistics I want to see from that location? I can see on the report. It's something like a weather report which we are seeing on the news. Any queries?
No.
Mikhail?
No, that's good, thank you.
But one thing, Kumar, this reporting also comes under this Abinitio, or there are some separate tools to report?
Yeah, good one. Actually, when we come for data warehousing, there are two things. One is ETL and other part is reporting. Okay, yeah. ETL, I have Abinitio. Okay, and reporting tools are different. Reporting, I can have a Cognos or OBA, whatever it is. I don't bother. ETL team is independent. Okay, yeah. You work and complete and load a warehouse ready. Okay, whatever reporting they will use, it's up to the reporting team. Okay, when you see that opportunities you have with ETL and reporting, ETL will having a longer period of time for preparing on this warehouse, whereas reporting people will have less time to prepare and they will have to search for projects. Okay, suppose on an average, if any project is built, right, on an average you will have 1.5 year, 2 years of work for a single project. Okay, to build a data warehouse from the ETL perspective. If you're going for any reporting purpose, I can prepare within 3 months or 6 months, less than 6 months, you can say. So, by the way, like if you don't have any clients on the reporting tools, then you will be having less opportunities on that part. Okay, so getting the ETL knowledge is a very good thing, and it's very effectively, you will feel that you have to work for this ETL for a longer period.
Has Abinitio got any reporting tools like that, or they just use ETL?
No, only ETL tool is having, and it's not having any reporting. Reporting, they will see whenever we go to, whenever client approach to any vendor, they will give suggestions that we have this ETL tools already, like we have tie up with these tools, and we can provide you this reporting tool if you require, or if you are suggesting anything, we will be okay with that reporting tool also, right? So they can make the reports anyhow. If they have a specific requirement and if that reporting can't be done in any specific reporting tool, right, they will go to the other reporting tools. Mainly the features they will be taking as an advantage.
So what's the, you say Cognos is a main industry standard one, is it?
Yeah.
Because we use here SAS and Bob, I don't know whether you heard, it's business objects and SAS. We use that.
Yeah, business objects, it was long back, it was using, but nowadays I can see only Cognos was using in all the ways to report.
Okay.
It might be whatever it is, it doesn't differ your ETL part actually. Okay, it won't make any change on ETL part. You will be the backend part to prepare the database, and reporting people will be the interacting with the client more closely to see the requirements. Okay, how the report should look like, and how can I make the report? Yeah.
Yeah. And from database perspective, what sort of database do they use? Is it like Hadoop or Netezza or Oracle?
No. Oracle or Teradata. Oracle or Teradata. Most of the cases, 80% you can see Oracle. Only recently, like they are starting implementing on Teradata, but still you can see Oracle only mostly.
But Oracle is that they have to use partitioning and stuff probably to handle that amount of data, isn't it?
Yeah. So whenever they want a warehouse to be built, right, they could be having a requirement of maintaining that warehouse for 5 years, suppose as my early requirement, right? So I can keep that 5 years of data, but I won't keep that everything as an active database. Okay, I will maintain some database as active for 2 years, let us say. For less than 3 years, I will maintain in the tapes as a backup. Okay, so whenever the business people require to see the older data of 2 years back, then they will be connecting. The reporting team will connect to the backup database that will be loaded into some temporary database, and they will connect to that credentials to report the data of the old days data. So whenever you clicking the reports, right, it will be showing with respect to some filtrations. So for which day you want, for which person you want. Okay, so you can select those options by using the report. So the business people will have the functional knowledge, but not the technical knowledge. So that's why like they will be saying that I want the report like this way. It should reflect these details on my report. That is what my interest. Okay, from that interest we have to design our warehouse and show the reports for them. Okay, so whenever you build your warehouse on the reports are ready, right? So once it is went into production, that means once that warehouse is being started using, okay, on daily basis you will be receiving actual files. So this process of loading this database or using this ETL tool will be a part of the daily task. So there will be number of jobs that will be created by using this ETL tool. So those jobs will take some certain time to complete their processing. It might take 6 hours or 8 hours, depends upon the application. Okay, once you finish that much of work done by this ETL tool, your warehouse is ready, then your reporting team can fetch the data and they can show the reports available for the customers. Okay, suppose they want the reports by 9 a.m. every morning. Okay, this process will start at 1 a.m. early morning. Okay, so it will complete by 6 hours, let us say, and then by 1 hour, 2 hours or 3 hours, it will be my extra time I am keeping as a buffer, and I can show my reports before 9. Any queries?
No, thank you.
Soumya?
Yeah, no.
Okay. So this is the overall idea of how this warehouse will be utilized for this purpose. And then here you come for Abinitio, right? So Abinitio, like as I told, this is a very good ETL tool which will give better performance and have many features. Okay, unless you see you have large amount of data files always. So for processing it, I need some optimized tool which will do perform good. Okay, so that I can achieve by using this ETL tool. So that's why all the clients will go for ETL. Mostly will select this ETL tool as a performance wise. Okay, and yeah, here you can see simple architecture of Abinitio. Okay, how it is. Just will go on top of architecture. We'll see what it is. Right. So here in the architecture, I can see it's a two-tier architecture basically. Okay, so two-tier architecture involves DDE, which is a graphical development environment. Okay, so this graphical development environment is meant for developing a graph, run the graph, and check the status. Okay, when I say this GD will develop a graph, what is a graph? A graph is a collection of components. Okay, a graph is a collection of components we have. Okay, it's a graph is a collection of components. So what is meant by component here? Okay, suppose if you want to filter some data in my database, right? So you will be writing a query with where class. Select start from some so and so table, and with where class you will be selecting whatever data you wish to have, right? So similarly, if you want to filter the data from by using some ETL, this graph Abinitio, you have a component here. Component is meant for doing some task, right? So you have to select the appropriate component to do this task, but so that you can build a graph. So collection of multiple tasks, multiple components will make a graph. So a graph will read the data from input file, and then you do apply multiple logics in between. Whatever you want to do filtration, you do filtration, and then apply the logics on business rules, whatever you require. Then you load into my target file. Okay. So once you design your graph, that is a development graph, my second stage is to run the graph. By running the graph, what it will do is, it will apply all these things on your input file, and ultimately you can see the target file being created in the output. Okay. So while you run the graph, okay, when you are going for the second step of running the graph, okay, what it will do is, the code which you developed in the GDE, that is a graphical environment, right? So it's a graphical user interface where you will be dragging the components, and then you will be using to prepare a graph, right? So once you prepare the graph, that graph will be deployed into a script, that is a .ksh. Okay. So
Can
in
you,
Unix,
Kumar, can you please come again, like what is graph?
yeah. So when I'm saying what is a, okay, let me show one screen. Okay. So you can see this is a graph. Okay. One graph reading the data from customers in file, and these are components. Okay. This is one component, customers. Score is other component. Filter by expression is one component. Okay. Good customers are other customers. These are other components. Okay. When I say a component will do some task. Here you can see a filter by expression component is available. Okay. Here this is used for filtering the data. Okay. So this is input file component. This is used for reading the input data from the flat file. Okay. As we know, the data coming from input is flat file. You are using this input file component relevant, and then reading the data, and you have some other component which is, suppose it's sorting some data, input data. Okay. So for that purpose I have a component. So collection of components, and you connected each and every component to each other. Okay. That means you will drag and connect the components, and you build a graph completely by taking input and output and some program components in between. Okay. Soumya?
So it's basically a presentation of your overall process end to end.
Yeah. Overall processing of how you are handling the data, input data, and how you achieve your requirements, like filtering the data or whatever calculations you need in between, and then prepare a target file. So that you are achieving through collection of components, that is nothing but a graph.
So does this, as you say, it generates the KSH file? Does it look this logical in the KSH as well, or is it just a big file which got a lot of stuff?
Yeah. So whenever you build a logic, this graph is built. Okay. Whenever you save or whenever you run the graph, it will be automatically converted this logic into a shell script, that is a Unix shell script, and that KSH will be created in the folder in one location. Okay. That KSH will in fact will have the converted code of your GUI graphical interface graph into a KSH. That KSH will be sent to the other next component of my architecture, that is nothing but server.
And what does the .mp file does then? Is the MP file as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So a graph is developed, that is MP file, and a deployed script will be there with .ksh. Okay. This .ksh, we will not interact with ksh directly. We will be coding it everything in the MP graph, but a deployed script will be generated automatically for every graph. Okay.
So
We
basically,
work on
script you can use for scheduling and purpose, but the script calls the .mp.
Yeah, without MP you can't get the KSH to code, right? Yeah, KSH is getting generated from the MP. So MP is always you working on MP only, not on KSH. You create the graph, that is MP. .mp is your extension of the graph. You save the graph, that means it will be with extension .mp. So when you save it, a deployed script will be automatically generated along with that, with the graph. That script will take care of running the graph, what it have to do, and then it will send back the status to the GD. Clear?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So here that KSH will be generated. What I am saying is, after generated KSH is sent to the server. That server is my Unix box or Windows box here. Okay. So I can have Windows also in place of Unix, but in the actual environment I'll be having only Unix in all the projects. Okay, so it is Unix or Windows. Suppose that you work with Unix environment only, as you're going to work in any application, right? You will use Unix. So in Unix box, Unix server, I'll be having a database along with the operating system installed. Database is available. This is my actual database host database, that is Oracle, and along with that, I'll be having operating system installed. So this is my second component of my architecture, operating system. This operating system is built up of multiple processes. Okay, so this architecture is multiple processes will be helping to handle my data input request, right? That KSH will be sent to the operating system. This operating system will take care of running the components and then returning back the status to the GD. Okay, so as I have multiple processes available, all the processes will take care of completing the process very quickly, and then your process will complete as soon as early it can do it, right? So in that way you are able to see the status back in the GD itself. Okay, so here itself you can see you are developing a graph, and when you run the graph, this KSH will be sent to here, and this KSH will be considered as an input for this operating system, and operating system starts executing all the components, and then it will return back the status to here, and you can see the output from the output file. Okay, you can see output in the output file of the graph. Okay, this graph. Okay, so this is output is also a flat file you are storing here, but as we discussed in the ETL part, this is my transformation logic. Let us say after this transformation, I'll be going with the loading of table. Okay, that means you are going to load this data into a database table as well. Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Samir? Hello, Samir?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. No, it's okay.
Yeah. You have any queries till now? Let
No,
me know
no.
actually in between. Okay. So in this way, like these two will be having interacting each other to create a graphs and to develop and to run the graphs. This operating system is helping, right? To develop a graph and checking the status. This is I can see very well from the GDE. That is the graphical development environment, right? right? So when you say this operating system is doing its work and it's sending back the status, the GD, when you develop any graph or any KSH it is deploying, right? These things, everything will be physically, I will be locating in this Unix box, but logically I can see them from the GD. Okay, the GD is meant for only for designing, not for loading any data and any physical locations. So as you know, in Unix, everything will be loaded, stored in some directories. Okay. Okay. Malik, this is for 30 days course.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So this operating system, this Unix box will be holding all the files. Okay, that means mp.mp and .ksh and the related relevant all the objects will be stored in my Unix box. Okay, so that is fine. That you are loading, you are storing in the Unix box, and but you are using the GD for developing and running the graphs and all those things. And to this to architecture, I was very well understand that these two components will do all my work, right? But if you can see, this is having other part of side is EME, that is enterprise meta environment. Okay, so this enterprise meta environment, this is a repository that is something like a storage area where you can save the graphs with respect to all the versions. Okay, why do I need versioning? Okay, it's always required, versioning is required. Why? Because you can maintain my graph in different versions. Suppose you have created your first version of graph, but later on I have modified it. I want to keep both the versions of my graph in my storage area with the same naming convention. I can make it, and I can store it in the EME, Enterprise Meta Environment, which will store all the graphs with the different versions. I can maintain the versions by tagging. Okay, so I will be having all the different versions of my graph in my EME along with the graph related objects, right? So basically, the data files will not be available in the EME, but EME will be holding only the graphs and the related files. Okay, so EME is meant for accessing any developer. Any developer can access the EME. Okay, so whenever you are accessing EME, all the code which is available in EME would be able to get that code into your working area by the developers. Okay, so what the developers will do is they do the checkout. You might be using this checkout and check-in keywords in most of the projects. Check-in is something you are storing in some area, and checkout is something you are doing, getting the things from one location to your area. Okay, so this Unix box, I call it as this directories is nothing but a sandbox for me. Okay, so in the EMA, the structure of the directory I call it as a project. Okay, so all my graphs are getting stored in my projects, but when I do the checkout, I will get a sandbox available in my user ID. Okay, so here once you got the code available in the sandbox, then only you can start working on creating any graphs, or you can modify the existing graphs and then store it back in the EME. So as a first step,
it's a kind of version control tool, or
yes, same like version control tool. Okay, so whenever as a new developer, they will be providing this GD license, graphical development environment license, for each and every developer in the team, and it will be separate. It's not a team license they will be providing. Each and every individual will be having a key to access the GD. Okay, and then they will be providing this Unix access, Unix server access, which will be given to each and every developer but the operating system is only one that is installed in the Unix box. Unix box will be having multiple server, multiple users, multiple developers will be having the access to the same operating system. Okay, that EME, when you come for EME, this is enterprise meta environment. This EME is installed in some Unix box, and this is having access from, you can access this submission, this Unix server, this EME server from the GDE as well as from the operating system. Okay. So the thing is, why we require this EM is to store the objects, as I told. So I can do the check-in and check-out from the this host box. This I am called as host. This host box I can use for doing check-in and check-out. And from GD also I can do the same thing, check-in and check-out. Okay. So basically, when you see this client and server, this Unix box details I'll be providing into the my GD box, GD environment, to connect that box, Unix box, username and password, right? So that it has some interaction between them, and this Unix box, host box, will be having the details of my EME, how to connect. I'll be making a handshake between EME and my host box, so that all the three will be interacted. So whenever you do check-in or check-out from the GD, in turn it will bypass this operating system, and then only it will meet EME. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so GD will be holding the details of this host, and this host will be holding the details of my EME. So whatever you are doing from the GD, those operations will be handled through host to the EME. Okay.
So GD is running on the host, or is running on separate?
Yeah. So whenever you prepare the graph from the GD, right, it won't run. It will be running. It will be showing running from the GD only. But whenever it's running at background, it's in fact running through this operating system only.
Okay.
This operating system will run your graph, and then it will return the status back to the GD.
Okay, we got multi-host environment. We got like 6 hosts and 1 control node. What's that? Is it using partitions or something?
Where it is?
I mean, in my company, we got 1 control node, they call it, and 6 other nodes,
that
processing nodes.
Yeah, 6 other nodes means 6 processors they are using. Okay, so
there's
one node.
six different hosts there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're using multi-file systems, MFS or something.
Yeah, multi-files. That is one of the topic in Abinitio. Whenever you use multi-files, right? What they will do is a single file is split into multiple files, and whenever you're processing, it will process each and every file as a single file, and it will take the help of these processes, and it will do parallelly your work. For that, it will be faster, right? Suppose you take 80 million records are there, or 8 million, 10 lakh records, or 80 lakh records are available. If you want to process that data, that much of data, reading sequentially will take more time, and my processes will not do that much of work, right? Faster. But if you are splitting into some number of files, 10 files or 20 files, okay, and processing simultaneously, parallelly, right? That will make your processor very faster. So in that case, these processes will help. These nodes, whatever you're telling, right? Those nodes will be helping you in your case. Clear?
Okay, thank you.
Anything else as of now? Soumya? Hello, Soumya? Hello, Soumya?
Sorry, it was a mute. I'm okay, sir.
Yeah, fine. Any understanding, like say, if do you feel anything difficulty in understanding in my things? You're getting the things right? What I'm explaining.
No, it's okay.
Yes, I think you're explaining very well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any queries on this? Like we can go with the things like once we started with our sessions. Okay, probably if you have any other queries or anything else in your, it might be very small or big or whatever it is, whatever queries you have.
I was asking
If you
about
want to.
data modeling as well. Will you be telling about that, like dimensional modeling and just data modeling, how
Uh,
snowflakes and all those things
uh,
stuff?
Yeah, see, theoretically, I will be telling all those things and how it will be. I can give some explanation so that you can imagine that one. But data modeling, applying it, it will be to some tools only. So, see, data model is nothing but it will represent your database structure only. How these tables are related to each other. Okay, let me try to show one. Okay, so this is a data model I have. Okay, so if you are seeing this data model, you can see the tables are connected to multiple tables by some fields, right? Okay, so I will show you, I will teach you the dimensional modeling like about snowflake schema, star schema, and all those things. And in fact, we'll see how this data models will be created. That's it. Like, we will not use any ETL tools for this preparing of data models, but we'll go on top. Like, we'll have some idea of talking about this data model with some, if you want. Okay, Mikhail?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other thing, like the approach will be very clear that we'll be going step to step in detail level, okay, of explanation for you. Then if you have any queries on that, okay, we are not restricting these sessions to be for only for 30 days, okay. I am very much concerned that you should get the detail, each and everything, whatever I'm explaining, very clearly, and have to cope with the technologies, whatever we are using, right? So the new things will be like new for everyone, but the thing is you have to spend some time on hands-on plus theoretical, then only you will be getting those things into your mind.
Is
Okay,
this
so
mainly based for the operation side or for design and delivery? Which area, or is it
yeah,
cover everything?
yeah, this is a development, Mikhail. Actually, see, there's many things in our by using Abinitio. I have Abinitio projects for development, okay, and I have for support, okay, and I have for any other enhancements. Okay, so when you go for any opportunities you got for these things, right? You can go with development firstly at lower level, and then its support also is lower level and enhancement. But keep growing experience, then you can go with the design side. Okay, once you are able to okay with the design side, then you can make a like analyst. You can play the role of analyst. Okay, in making the decisions and understand the things from the business and explain to the next offshore team or whoever is working under you. Okay, just a moment. Okay. Okay, so you can play these roles in your part. So you will be playing the role of development only for the long 9 years or 10 years after you're starting with your career, and then you can go with any support projects or enhancement projects also. The enhancement is nothing but you are building after the code which is built, right? We can modify it and you can do some changes, whatever changes are coming from the business side. right? And then designing the data warehouse.
Okay, that's good. I mean, this is mainly focused for development side then.
Yeah, this mainly focused for development side. Development and
Okay.
support and enhancement, everything will be covered here. And overall
Okay,
life
that's
cycle,
good.
how they approach it from start to end, right? We will see, and what are the things we are going to do on daily basis, and what are the tasks we are going to work on, right? And what are our roles and responsibilities it would be looks like, right? That we will be understanding while I'm teaching anything.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Yeah, fine, thanks. Anything else, Soumya?
No, it's okay.
Okay, we'll bind up the session, and if you're okay, we'll continue from tomorrow. And you can tell the timings and whatever things you want to ask them, you can ask the team, so they will contact you, right? Any other things?
I mean, for the time also, for me, because I'm dialing from UK, um,
Uh-huh.
I can only do after work or before work. I can do, in fact. So, what time is best for you guys?
Before time is, let us say, what is the time now actually for UK?
I mean, right now it's quarter past 5.
Okay.
So,
Evening, right?
yeah, evening 5, 10 past 5, 10 minutes past 5.
Yeah, approximately it's 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. at UK. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
your timing will be morning time, your morning timing will be feasible for you?
I mean, what I can do when in India it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, then I can dial because I can get up early in the morning and then I can do it.
Okay, your morning will be,
For me it
okay,
will
I
be
mean,
like for 4 o'clock in the morning, but
okay, for
for
me it
you
is
guys,
9 o'clock morning.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see those timings and all those things. Everything will be feasible for me. Okay, I do teach many people like in offline and offshore, and here also offline class I have. So we'll have many things actually. We can have that session whatever time you want. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay, all right.
Soumya?
Yeah, for me it's now 12 o'clock daytime.
10 o'clock?
So 12 o'clock, 12 noon.
12 o'clock? You are from US, right?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah, okay. So that, okay, 1.5 hour difference more, right? So it will be 12 o'clock noon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fine. Whatever time you want, just tell them so that we can have separately, or
So
if it is
that
coincidence,
means
we can have.
if
Yeah.
I mean my friend from EPI, if he will attend for 4 o'clock morning in their time, that means that is 11 o'clock my night time. So I am okay with that one. I don't have any problem.
Yeah. If the timings is okay for you both, right?
But
We'll
it will be
have combined.
10:30 for your time. So I think you will be in office or something.
Yeah. Right.
So it's
After 10 or 10:30, I'll be in office. So we'll make before whatever timings I have, right? Before morning 10 o'clock, before my timings, and then after 8 o'clock or so, my timings, evening. Okay.
Okay,
So we'll decide and we'll let you know. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. I mean, there's a very nice, if you go to time and date, there's a website. On that, you can do a meeting plan and you can put all 3 time zones and then come up with,
Yeah.
probably I can send that across in the email and then you can
Yeah.
see
You can
see
send them
this.
the team. Yeah, you can send the team so that we can have combined session only. I to take only mostly I will gather all the candidates students at same time actually. That will be easy for you and will be good. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Like Mikhail and Samyu. Okay. If anything, if you have any query, just contact the team. They'll contact you anyhow on email or through mobile. Okay. Fine. So you tell them your things. Okay. Regarding timings and everything. Anything else. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Bye bye.
All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye, Samir.
Bye bye.
Mm.